Hey Gemini, what's up gang? I hope everybody is well. We're going to look into your money, okay, your finances and your career. Let's see what's going on there. If that's something that interests you, do stick around. Gemini, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Jessica. Please take a look at my description box because that's going to have any information that you need to know. And yes, this is a Gemini channel. However, if you vibe, you tribe, so go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Gemini, if you're returning, welcome back. I hope that you're well. Hope you're taking care of yourself. I do hope that you're doing what's best for you, boo. Thank you for all the love, all the support. Gemini, thank you for all the good vibes. It really does mean the world, okay? All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I don't know if I'm going to keep my blinds open because, of course, the sun is just blazingly beaming in here on me. And I know you guys really do like that, but for me, it's uncomfortable because it's blinding me. It's hot. It's just, so yeah, we're going to go ahead and actually just move this up a little bit. Sorry, y'all. That should be enough. Okay. I'm feeling agitated too. I don't know why, because I was feeling fine, but now I'm like suddenly feeling a little annoyed, feeling a little agitated. Maybe some of you guys are feeling annoyed or agitated when it comes to your career or your money. Like things are just not going the way that you want it to, or not happening the way that you envisioned it. Or maybe even I'm seeing somebody being like, you didn't hold up your end of the deal. There's something here about that, where maybe you feel like somebody isn't holding up their end of the deal, or that you're putting in all this freaking work and you're really getting peanuts back in response. And it's like, maybe you've been taught your whole life that if you work really, really hard, you'll get that back. That'll pay off for you. But you're seeing that maybe it doesn't really matter how hard you work, because maybe you see other people around you like advancing and not even putting out, the quality work that you're putting out, or they haven't been doing this as long as you, or you can tell they're not really working as hard as you. Although we have to tread lightly with that kind of stuff, y'all, because we can't really judge another person's story by our book, right? Like we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. We don't know what people have went through. So it can feel like things are going easy for somebody else, but maybe they're just a natural. Maybe they make it look easy. We've seen that a lot with you too, right? We've seen the projections of other people looking at you and being like, oh, Gemini has it so easy. They don't have to work that hard. It wasn't that hard for them. And we know it has been hard for you. So we have to tread lightly with that kind of comparison. But it does feel like that could be something here. Like maybe there's people around you and you're like, they haven't put in half the effort I've put in, or produced half the results I've produced, and yet here I am struggling, second best, third best, whatever. Okay, you might feel like that, guys. I don't know, I'm getting that energy. We do have the protection card, but this is also giving another message, so we'll get to it in a second, boss. But the first message here is protection. I feel like Spirit is protecting you in regards to your money or your finances. You might feel like, to hell it is, right? Because everything's falling apart, or everything's going the opposite way. But this could actually be protection. Sometimes things are coming together for us even when it doesn't feel like they are, right? If everything's falling apart, it really could be falling together. We can only see that sometimes when we have a chance to look back, right? Hindsight is 20/20. So we have to be thankful sometimes for what's going on around us, even if we don't understand the path. That's where faith comes in and trust comes in, okay? So excuse me, for some of you guys, there could be this energy here of like just trusting the path right now because it doesn't look very clear, right? If things are, kind of, again, falling apart, crumbling, if things aren't happening the way that you thought it was going to happen, that doesn't necessarily mean that things are not happening the way that they're supposed to, or they're not supposed to, right? There's a bigger plan, or there's a bigger thing here going on that I feel like you're not privy to, or you can't see yet, okay? Another thing I'm getting with this is different portals, all right? Like different opportunities that are opening up here. And you might feel like the need to kind of jump into a new timeline here when it comes to your career and your money. There might be something kind of pulling you in a new direction, or maybe something is going to present itself, because I'm getting somebody putting their hands out and there's like a little gift box there. So some of you guys might be presented something that maybe wasn't even on your radar before. And, if you were doing great in whatever you were doing, you wouldn't feel so motivated to try something else or go in another direction, right? So it could be that maybe you're meant to be planted somewhere else, or maybe there's something else here. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. It just feels like there could be other options, other ways, other opportunities. I'm also feeling like it might be that whatever you're working on, this is the right thing for you. It's just that there's another way to go about it, okay? And that could be something that maybe Spirit is trying to guide you towards or help you see here, is that there's another way, Gemini, okay? I don't know, you know, I'm just reading cards here. Let's see. I want to pull some angel numbers. And we're not going to do animal messages or nothing like that. We're just going to do angel numbers and then we'll jump right into the cards. So money and career messages for Gemini Spirit. What do you want them to know about their money, their career? Any money messages you have for Gemini, gang? 945 was the instant one that I looked at. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Okay, 945. It says, archangels are protecting you as you unlock the deeper aspects of your soul and your soul's work. Wow, that's crazy, right? Because we have the protection card that came out, and the first thing we hear is that, yes, you're being protected, actually. So, you know, there's a need to surrender, guys, and I know how hard that is, especially when we're talking about money situations, because this is like my livelihood, right? This is my bread. This is like, you know, I have kids, I have pets, I have bills, I have, you know, things, I have responsibilities and obligations. I can't just surrender and whatever happens, happens, you know? But, you know, surrendering isn't really about throwing your hands up in the air and saying, okay, well, whatever, I'm not going to try anymore. I'm not going to do anything anymore. And whatever it is whatever it's going to be. Surrendering is talking about putting, you know, the desired outcome in the hands of Spirit, the universe, God, whatever it is that you want to call it. It's all the same thing. It's putting the desired outcome in the hands of a higher power, right? It's saying, I'm not going to be attached to the results. I'm not going to be attached to the outcome, because I know and I trust that everything is happening for me, not to me on this journey. Everything's conspiring to work in my favor. And maybe that's a mantra that you guys need to kind of incorporate with your everyday life. Maybe you already work with affirmations and mantras and stuff, but there's something here about, you know, having this running theme in your head of everything is working to conspire in my favor. Everything is working to conspire in my favor. So even when things don't look great, I know that there's something that I don't see about this that is actually going to benefit me in the end, okay? There's a need to be positive here because you are being protected. And I feel like some of you guys are going through ascensions or levels up. You are leveling up. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Some of you guys could be going through ascensions or you're leveling up in certain ways. And I feel like this is connected to, again, a deeper part of your soul's path. Okay, the work that you came here to do. And, you know, sometimes it's a tower, it's a bitch slap of truth to the face when we find out that what we've been focusing on isn't what our soul's work actually is. That can be hard to reconcile, that thought within our heart and our head. Because sometimes we can get into that stubborn energy of like, no, I have been hell-bent on this direction. I have put so much time and energy that isn't a waste, by the way, okay? It's not a waste. It's an experience, it's a lesson, it's growth. It's giving you some kind of skill or experience here that's going to help you moving forward. Nothing is wasted, truly, okay? But there can be stubbornness sometimes of like, I have been focused on this and now I'm being pulled in this direction, which is completely different. What the hell? Okay, so you're being protected right now as you're unlocking this inner truth here of that maybe my path is taking me elsewhere, or maybe there's a different way to do things, okay? I'm sorry, I felt like I needed to get that out for some reason. Okay, what else do we have here? Money messages for Gemini. What do you want them to know, Spirit? 76. Maybe some of y'all were born in 76, okay? Or 67. It says, take time to embrace your fears and realize that when you are plagued by fear, you are on the verge of a miracle. Wow, my best friend would love this angel number. She would love that, because that's one thing my best friend says all the time, is that when we are afraid, that's meaning that we are stepping out of our comfort zone, which is a good thing. Fear shows us that we've reached the limit of our own limitations and we're about to step into the unknown, which means we're about to grow. We're about to change. We're about to expand, and it can be scary, you know, but fear doesn't always equal a bad thing. You know, there's different kinds of fears, and we've talked about this before. We've talked about the fear that is there to protect you. You know, like you feel afraid when you are about to jump off a cliff because your body knows that's not natural. That's not normal. you know, to jump off of a cliff. And there's real dangers, bodily dangers that could happen here. But then there's also fear, like when we relocate across our country or across our state. This is a good thing, but it's scary because we're going into the unknown. So not every fear is equal here, and not every fear is appropriate for each situation. We have to be able to distinguish, is our fear pushing us past our comfort zone to bring us to greatness, or is our fear really trying to protect us here? You know, it's up to us to be mindful of those things. So I feel like there's an energy here of taking time to embrace the fears that you're feeling right now. You're feeling afraid. You're feeling like I'm on the precipice of change, or things are way out of my control, way out of my hands. I thought I was in control of everything. I'm getting the energy of somebody who's like, they're juggling here, and, you know, they're trying to keep it together, you know, doing the whole juggle thing. And then like another ball is getting thrown in, and they're like, whoa, I'm already juggling as much as I can. I can't hold anymore. You know, and then this extra ball comes in and it kind of throws everything up into the air. So maybe some of y'all have been hit with a curved ball. Maybe that's what my guides are trying to tell me with that. Let's see what else we have here. Let's get one more angel number for career messages, money messages for Gemini gang. How about 419? Okay? I was about to say some of y'all could have been born in April, but that's weird. I mean, maybe though. Maybe I do have some April babies in here. So 419 says your angels are encouraging you to take back your power. Don't allow yourself to be overlooked. Ooh, right? We're gonna put some respect on our name, okay? There's this energy here of, you know, you gotta fight for your right to party. I don't know why that song is coming through, but it is. There's this energy here of not allowing yourself to just sit by the wayside, right? Now, not allowing yourself to be overlooked, you know, not allowing yourself to be a second best, or, you know, there's something here about showing up in your full authenticity and letting yourself be seen, making yourself be seen, right? Going above and beyond. So there's something here about that. Like if you have a job, I don't know why this is coming through, but if you have like a job interview, don't go to your job interview like just in, you know, some whatever type of clothes, looking whatever with a whatever attitude. Oh, no. You know, you go in looking like you're applying for the CEO position, right? I'm coming in here in like superior business cash. I'm looking good, hair slicked, eyebrows on fleek, if the kids even say that anymore. Just everything is looking good. I'm smelling good. I'm looking good. I'm confident. It's something here about showing up for the job that you want, dressing for the job that you want, giving that energy for the job that you want, right? And don't allow yourself to be overlooked. If there's something here, because I'm getting the energy of like, maybe there's like meetings that you have and like other people talk over you, or other people kind of just disregard your idea right away before you even had a chance to explain it. You know, just be like, excuse me, I'm still talking, right? One moment, please. Or no, I don't think you fully appreciate my full vision. Let me clarify. Okay. There's something here about really like showing up, you know, I don't know, Gemini, that's what I'm getting. Don't let yourself be overlooked here. If you know that you're the best person for the job, then damn it, you are. Okay. All right. Well, this is interesting so far, guys. I'm intrigued. I'm going to tell you that much. Let's see what we got here. Money messages. I'm clearing this deck, beating the devil out of it. Okay. Money messages for Gemini gang here. What do we have? We have money messages. We have the club. Oof. Blackmail, restraint, sneaky, forceful. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Maybe that's the energy that we're kind of pulling on here with this protected. Like, you know, I don't know. I feel like I don't have a choice in many ways, right? Some of you guys maybe have a certain lifestyle that you've already built up for yourself, and now you feel like you have to kind of fulfill this. There could be an energy here of seeing maybe reevaluating what's truly important here. There could also be somebody who's very forceful around you when it comes to your career, like kind of like strong arming you. Maybe you feel like you don't have a lot of choices here. Okay. There could be somebody who's blackmailing you as well. Maybe there's an energy where you messed up on something, or they had your back, or, I don't know, but there's something like that for somebody. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Money messages for Gemini gang. Money messages. Oh, that's going to be too many. I can already tell here. Money and career messages for Gemini gang. This could be also here with you, maybe you putting too much force into something, like trying too hard, you know, when you really don't need to. We have the grasshopper that came out, situations in the balance that require careful handling, walking on eggshells, and somebody might be feeling touchy. We got this in the most recent reading that we did. We got that card. There's definitely something going on where somebody is maybe feeling like things are out of their hands, or they have to walk a very tight rope here, okay? Money messages, career messages for Gemini gang, please. What career messages do we have? What does Gemini need to know about their career, about their money at this point in time here, Spirit, okay? What do they need to know here about this? Oh, we have the Whale and the Ladder, and I want to get one more. I just want to get the cards out here. Money messages for Gemini gang. What do they need to know about their career, their finances currently, Spirit? Money messages, okay, and then we have the Ear. We also have the Parrot that wanted to come out. I'm going to keep it. Okay, guys, let me get these cards put away. Let's look over this. So the Ladder came out first, and this says trusting the process, big changes ahead, climbing towards success and growth here. Nice, okay? That's some nice energy. And then we have the Whale, which is one of my favorite cards in this deck, guys, because it talks about a great worry over nothing. It's going to turn out amazing. Lacking clarity, so you're overstressing. And this is that energy that I was talking about here. It's like you might feel like things are massively out of your control right now, which with the Club, I'm getting that lack of control, right? Someone trying to make you do something against your will, trying to make you do something you don't want to do, step into a role you don't want to do, okay? There could be something like that going on, and you might feel like you have to walk a really tight rope when it comes to your career or your finances right now, because again, you're like that person that's juggling all those balls, and if one more gets thrown in, it's like, you know, everything's gonna go kapooey. I get somebody like balancing, you know how, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those people. I don't know if they're at like carnivals or circuses or whatever, but you ever seen those people who have like the stick that's on their forehead or on their nose or their chin, I don't know where, but it's on their face. They have the stick, and then they have the plates balanced on that, and they're like dun, 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 right? They're like right, like balancing the plates, and they could all crash down. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. But what Spirit is saying here is you don't need to stress and worry. Now again, I know that's easier said than done, guys. I know. It is so easy for me, the tarot lady, to sit here and tell you, the person who's living this, that don't worry, don't stress, it's all gonna be fine, right? There's a great power in the sky that's looking out for you. I know that's really easy for me to say that, but I feel like that's the truth though, okay? I feel like there is something that's looking out for you guys. I feel like things are going to turn out better than just okay. And with the Whale, there could have been some heaviness here, right? You could have felt like you were very submerged, very smothered, very overwhelmed almost. And you know, the Whale has to go up to take a nice big gulp of breath, right? So some of you guys could be breaching the surface here very soon when it comes to a situation that's felt heavy and overwhelming and maybe even smothering, okay? Now, this is another good card. We have the Ear, good news, a winning verdict, word of mouth, ear infection, overhearing good news, okay? This came out, though, with the Parrot, bird bitches, false friends, telephone games, someone will gossip about all your secrets. So, I don't know, guys. It feels like there could be some gossip. There could be some pettiness going on in the workplace here for sure. Okay, and I feel like you are going to have some kind of opportunity, advancement, or an energy of I get to move forward, or I get to move beyond whatever this stagnant, heavy, stifling energy is. And there are going to be people who are going to gossip about you. There could be people who are gossiping about you right now because you're doing so well, or because you have the potential to do well. It's almost like people looking at you and kind of being like, well, you know, I don't know, you know. I wanted to use a different deck here, but hold on a second, guys. Okay, I had to get it. I'm going to use the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. I don't use this tarot very often, but I'm feeling compelled to use something different today, okay? So let's go ahead. Okay. Let's go ahead and get into this, guys, because I'm interested to see what the details are of this. We have the club here. So yeah, there is something where you're feeling a little restrained here in a situation. You could even be feeling like people are being very sneaky around you or leaving you out of things. It just feels like it's not a great energy, guys. So let's find out what this is talking about. Okay, what is this club talking about for Gemini, gang? Someone will make you do something against your will. When it comes to their career and their finances, what is this club feeling or that we're getting here? We have the Three of Wands, the King of Pentacles here. It's almost like there's this feeling of like, I've manifested this myself. I don't know who's feeling that way, but you feel like maybe you've put yourself into a corner here. We did see the bowl, the plenty of material things on the bottom of the deck for this, which makes me feel like somebody has kind of cultivated a lifestyle for themselves that now they have to kind of live up to, or they have to hold up, they have to keep going, which don't we all, right? But I feel like this is somebody who feels like they want to look in another direction, like you want to turn your back on all of this. You want to see what other ships are out there. There's an energy here of like, I want to expand beyond this, right? But maybe you have some kind of obligation, you have a role here, you have something that you feel very much forced to play a role in, right? Like I have to, yes, Six of Wands, like I have to put on a show here almost, or I have to show up every day. I'm like, people are depending on me. But it's like for some of you guys, you want to move beyond this. The Three of Wands here is like, I want to see what else is out there. Some of you guys might want to travel here, or maybe you feel like you have to travel and you don't want to travel anymore, but there's travel involved somehow. But it feels like there's a waiting energy, a waiting for ships to come in, a waiting for new opportunity on the horizon here. And until then, kind of feeling like you have to play this role. Hermit energy, which is Virgo, which is also the card of Spirit. Some of you guys have been doing a lot of soul searching or self-reflecting here with the Hermit energy, and you see now that you're being guided, kind of, you know? Maybe you're assessing your options. Some of you guys could be having dreams or visions or maybe downloads about this, but it does feel like you're kind of feeling like you're being almost pulled in another direction here. So this might not necessarily be anybody in particular who's blackmailing you. For a very small amount of you, there could be a Virgo here that might be, but it feels more like there's an energy of like, I've set myself up in this position, and now I've seen like I'm almost boxed in, or like I'm almost in this position now where it's like, now I have all this responsibility, have all this obligation on my shoulders, and this isn't exactly what I want anymore. You know, I want to see what else is out there. You know, maybe this isn't an alignment for you, or this isn't what you feel like is where you're meant to be, right? And we saw that with the angel numbers, like you're being encouraged to step into your soul's work. You're being encouraged to kind of step into a higher gift here, or higher energy. We have the Four of Cups there. There's a feeling of dissatisfaction, you know, of indifference here, of apathy, just like, you know? Maybe some of you guys maybe feel like you've missed out on opportunities and things because of this, and you're just not satisfied with it. There's a lack of satisfaction with whatever it is that you're doing currently here when it comes to your career and your finances, guys, for sure. Yeah, you want to go off on a new journey, right? You want to, I'm getting two messages. The first message is for real, for sure. You want to go off on a new journey. You want to try something new here, you know? And we have Aquarius energy with the Fool, which is making me feel like maybe there's some kind of humanitarian work that you want to do. But also there's an energy here of like, I want to step outside of the box. I want to do something different. You know, I want to do something that isn't really like everybody else does, you know? Like, I want to do something that's in alignment for me, not in alignment for like everybody else. Like maybe you guys have been really playing this role or living up to this, like the standard here of what everybody else feels is okay. And it's like, I want to do what's best for me. Okay. That's one message that I'm getting here with this Fool. Another message I'm getting is that maybe you feel like this was a fool's errand. Maybe some of you guys thought that you were breaking out of some box, or you were doing something that was, you know, proactive or progressive here, or you thought that you were really like building something or working towards a common goal, or like it's feeling like that. Like I really thought I was doing something here, but you kind of feel like you're just, your back is bent, right? You're doing the same thing every freaking day. And where is this getting you? It's getting you closer and closer to the realization that maybe this is not what you were meant to do. I don't know. That is for somebody. And I it's a frustrating message, guys. It really is, you know, because I feel like there's a a massive pushback if you're still kind of coming to this realization of like, no, this is what I've been devoting myself to. Of course, this is what I'm meant to do. It's just that I'm being selfish, or I'm not being grateful, or I'm not, like, I don't know. There's something here where, again, there's a lot of, excuses that we might be making for ourselves here, or rationalizations here of why I should still continue to try to work on this or do this. That's just the message I'm getting, guys. Something isn't satisfying. We want to see what else is out there. It's starting to hit with our soul too, with the Hermit energy. Like, we're feeling that is what we are meant to do. Is something different here. Like, we have something. And also with the star kind of chained up here in this this cage, this light thingy. It's like, it's making me think of the star in tarot, and that's that energy of shining. That's that energy of, getting recognition and following your wish fulfillment, being a healer, doing your divine work here. And maybe some of you guys feel like you have to stifle that side of yourself. Like, I can't let my true authentic self be seen here. Yeah, that's what you're feeling. But I am getting this. Like, I'm rushing here, I'm rushing there. Maybe you guys have a lot of deadlines, you have a lot of obligations, you're burnt out, you're feeling like you're on to the one task to the next, like you don't really get time to slow down, stop, think. This takes up so much of your time, your energy, your day. Like, by the time you're done for the day, you're just tired, and then you just sit down, I feel like, and you're just like, okay, well, what am I doing? That's what I'm getting for somebody, guys, okay? Oof, the devil. Can't really show that card too much because everybody's naked, and I haven't censored this deck yet. I don't use it very often. But yeah, it's like this feeling here of like fear or being bound, right? Because the devil chains us. The devil offers us something very promising, something very tempting, right? But then before we know it, we didn't realize that we were getting shackled and chained into something that we're like, okay, this isn't actually in alignment with me, and I'm not actually as free as I thought I was, right? That's kind of what I'm getting here. Let's move on. What is this grasshopper energy? Situations in the balance that require careful handling. So some of you guys feel like, I can't just leap, right? I can't just leap off the cliff. I can't just change and leave. I kind of do have to still kind of play ball with whatever this is, or this situation is a little touchy right now. What is this grasshopper for Gemini's career, finances, this grasshopper energy? We have the Queen of Wands here with the Nine of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, maybe there is this energy here of wanting to follow your passions, wanting to follow your desires here. Maybe wanting to do some kind of entrepreneur work, freelance work, step out, do your own thing, right? She's a falconer or whatever. I think that's what they call them. I don't know if you're a female, if it's something different like a falconess. I don't know, okay? But she's a falconer, right? She trains falcons, okay? And not everybody needs a falcon trainer. It's not something that, you need all the time, but you never know. In a pinch, you might need a falconer, okay, for whatever reason. And this is the person that you're going to call. Some of you guys have a very unique gift or skill or talent here, and it's like, I am aligned with this. I feel like this is what I'm meant to do. It's my soul's work, like the angel number said, right? Like, I am, I'm a performer, or I'm magical, or I have a strong manifesting ability, or a strong healing ability, or I'm very magnetic when it comes to this. Like, you light up when you talk about this or when you work on this, guys. It's like, it's a part of your soul, but you feel like you have to kind of be careful with it. Some of you guys are stuck building something where it's like, I'm not able to kind of break free and be who I'm meant to be. And you guys do outshine your peers, whether you're trying to or not here with this Three of Pentacles. Like, the art is so crazy on here. Look at his face. He's like, what? Okay. Somebody could feel that way about you. We do see somebody gossiping about you in the workplace. So there could be somebody that sees that you are just like a cut above the rest, right? Like, you do something so naturally, it's effortless. Or like maybe your charisma that you have with the Queen of Wands, male or female, guys, it's just about energy. She's very, very charming, very alluring, right? She's a great people person. She's magnetic. She's exciting. She's sexy. She's adventurous. And there could be this energy here of somebody who sees that and they're just like, maybe trying to kind of put you in your place a little bit. Maybe that's why you feel like you need to. Maybe there's somebody that's jealous. The Queen of Wands can also represent my hater card. Some of y'all might feel like you have a hater in the workplace. They're always checking for you. They're always coming at you with some kind of weirdness, you know? Like some of you guys, I'm getting the energy of somebody like cocking their head being like, when they said that, but did they mean this or did they mean this? Like some of you guys might be like, is somebody talking slick out their mouth, right? Like, are they saying slick shit right now? Or are they like, I don't know. Some of you guys might feel like somebody's like very slick or something around you. We have the Ace of Swords. The truth is going to come out in regards to this situation. So, you know, it's reminding me so much of a situation I went through at my last job where this woman got put into this position. And I had been working, you know, in my position for, you know, about 2 years before she had actually got moved into her position. I had already been working with her because she was doing something else, but she got moved into a new position, in a position where I had to talk to her more. And I wasn't the only one that felt this way. It was, when I had talked to other people, like they had just mentioned it to me. I didn't even have to bring it up to them. They mentioned to me that she was like really getting, you know, a little bit too big for her britches, and she was kind of getting a little bossy, and it was like, chill out. You're not the boss. You got moved into a higher position, yes, but you're not my boss though, right? And at first I was really questioning, like, is she coming for me a little bit? Because she was always so nice before, like in the other position that she was in. But you know, that's the true, how you can tell somebody's true character, guys, is give them power. Give them power and see how they act. You know, if somebody starts getting like all like Neapolitan or whatever, like getting dictatory on you, that could be a very strong sign here that this person is like not equipped to have the power that they have, right? So there could be somebody who's around you like that. It's like, you know, I don't know why I'm getting that energy, but I am. Some of you guys could also just be seeing too that you're like, you've outgrown something. Like this is not, you're almost stifling your talent. You're stifling your light. You're dimming yourself to fit in, or you're dimming yourself to show up in a way that people around you need you to show up so they feel comfortable. But really, you could be doing a lot more with your talent, your skills, your time, your credentials. Like you're too qualified for something. Devil, ooh, devil wanted to come out. Capricorn energy. With the moon, that's not a great combination, guys. The devil with the moon is not a good combination. Pisces, Cancerian energy with the moon. This something could come out around Cancer season. So just after Gemini season, something might come out here. Somebody's secrets or nefarious energy. Because that's kind of how it was with me with that situation with the old lady. She wasn't old, but I'm just calling her old lady, who I was talking about before. It's like, I had to really like, I was questioning myself, and I was talking to my boss about this and trying to like, you know, my boss kept being like, oh no, just fine, just ignore it. But even then, after a while, even my boss had to kind of admit like, no, there's something going on here. Because any little thing that I would do that, it wasn't even nothing bad. It was just like, if I didn't, I don't know, do something with proper protocol in the way that she, you know, she would like make it, she would send an email, but she would tag everybody to the email. My boss, her boss, their boss, everybody's boss, like, and make it like a big spectacle. To be like, oh, by the way, Jessica, if next time, if you could just, you know what I mean? To kind of show people that I don't know. It felt like she was coming for me, basically, guys. And I wasn't wrong about it either. I was right. I needed to not doubt myself, and I needed to follow my intuition. And I feel like that's something here that's going on with some of y'all, okay? Like there's a need to follow your intuition when it comes to some kind of devilish energy around you in the workplace. Okay? This is going to come to light though with the Ace of Swords. That's the sword of truth here. Something's going to come out. Whew, God, this is not the reading I was expecting. All right, so ladder. What is this? Climbing towards success for Gemini with their finances and their career. What is this ladder energy? Climbing towards success here. We have the Judgment. Scorpio energy, and then we have the Magician, Aries energy, and also Gemini energy with the Magician, okay? It's like you're feeling like the call, guys. That's the energy I'm getting. Like some of you guys are feeling the call. Some of you guys are also questioning if this is the ladder that you want to climb here. You know, I'm getting that energy very strongly. Like, is this really what I want to develop my time and my energy to? Because I feel like, guys, you're way overqualified for what you're doing. like way overqualified. And maybe at one point you used to get more appreciation. Like it might felt like maybe in the past, like, you know, like people acknowledged that you were overqualified, or people kind of treated you like they were grateful, they were lucky to kind of have you working there, as they should. Okay, because I feel like, again, your talents could be suited elsewhere. And I feel like, you know, now it's like people kind of just, I don't know, trying you. Ladder to success here. What is this? This ladder to success for Gemini gang. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like a slow go, guys, but I almost feel like breadcrumbing energy with this Page of Pentacles, which is funny because this isn't a love reading, but it does kind of feel like some of you guys might feel like you're being breadcrumbed when it comes to your success. I'm sorry, I just need to cleanse the energy because this energy is heavy, guys. It almost feels like you're not like, guys, I'm just getting a massive energy of being overqualified for whatever you're doing, okay? Like you could be putting in effort or energy elsewhere. You could have other things that you could be putting time and energy into, but instead you're putting energy into this. But you are climbing a ladder. It's just a very slow go of it. Yeah, some of you guys are kind of questioning here. Like, is this crop worthy? Is what I've been putting effort and energy into it, is it going to bring a harvest? There's an energy of patience that's needed here. But the Seven of Pentacles can talk about impatience too, right? It can talk about that energy of like, okay, I've put a lot of energy and effort. At what point does it start to pay off? And maybe it's just not ever meant to. Maybe this is as good as we're going to get here. You know, and if this is as good as we're going to get, well, maybe there's something else out there for me. I feel like that's what some of you guys are starting to think. But the Seven of Pentacles is like, this has been slow growth here. It's been slow growth. And with the Judgment, there is some soul, like I see that with the Hermit and the Judgment energy very strongly, like soul searching. Some of y'all might feel like you need to go back to school or get certified, or maybe, you know, again, focus on another career path. That's for somebody. That's not for everybody, okay? If that doesn't resonate and you're like, no, I'm good, then okay. You guys are just ready for some kind of forward movement here with the Eight of Wands. I do see some kind of movement happening here. I do see some kind of communication. The Four of Wands talks about communication. Nine of Cups wanted to pop, but I'm not going to put it out here because it's too much on my board already. There's energy here of wish fulfillment possibly coming in. There could be an opportunity to step more into something that's in alignment with you, you know? We have the King of Wands, we have the Queen of Wands out here. You could be getting an offer to work with somebody. There could be a collaboration or a team effort or something like that. Somebody could definitely be offering you something, guys. A new opportunity could come into your email or come across your desk somehow. If you have your resume out there, or if you build a professional profile here on LinkedIn or Indeed or something like that, yes, somebody could come across what you're doing or who you are and want to reach out to you. If you're already out there somehow in your community or online or something, somebody's ran across you and somebody is interested. I feel like this communication could come in, guys, but you might have to break some hearts. You might have to leave something behind. Okay? And it might be tough. And that's that devil energy, right? When we stay bound to things, even though it's not in alignment with our soul, because we want to make other people happy or we want to do what feels safe. That is definitely the devil, okay? What is this Whale? Because Spirit's saying this is a great worry over nothing. I feel like you are stressing about things, or you're just frustrated, right? Maybe some of you guys aren't stressing, you're just frustrated. But what is this Whale? It's great worry over nothing. Because everything is going to turn out amazing here for Gemini and their career, their finances. We have the Queen of Swords. Yeah, some of you guys are going to pull some kind of boundary here, you know? Or there's a questioning. But this is somebody who stands up for themselves, the Queen of Swords. You know, this is somebody who's like, yeah, we're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it, right? There's that kind of energy here. For some of you guys, this is you kind of pulling rank in your own life, you know, and deciding that, no, actually, I deserve more, I deserve better, you know? And maybe you need to make that choice here with the Two of Wands. Some people call the Two of Wands dancing with destiny too. It's like there could be something here about that. Dancing with your own destiny. King of Pentacles. There could be a need to kind of have a conversation with somebody, and this could be uncomfortable. This could be a conversation with a boss. Okay, this person could be an air sign. This person could be an earth sign. for sure. But I feel like what Spirit is saying overall is if you are worried about something and you are questioning, right? It's like whatever you're moving towards, whatever this communication is that's coming in, that's shaking things up and shifting things around, this is actually bringing you into a more stable place. I feel like right now you're kind of doing the same thing every day, and it feels like you're digging an endless hole is what I'm getting for somebody, right? But you're being told that you're going to reach China. You know how they say you can dig a hole to China? Oh, you're going to reach China. Don't worry. Right? But actually we know that that's not true. If you dig a hole, you're not going to reach anything but the earth, you know, the middle of the earth. And eventually if you dig a deep enough hole, you're going to reach, like, I don't know, water, caves, lava, right? There's like, you're not going to be able to dig a hole to China. It's almost like maybe realizing that maybe something isn't as real as what you thought it was, or that you've been kind of living a little bit of a pipe dream. That's what we see here, that fool's errand, guys. Okay. But Spirit's saying it's going to be okay, because you are going to end up exactly where you need to be. I know that sounds very cryptic. It's kind of like how. I feel like there's a communication or an offer that's coming in, or you just decide to create this movement. Maybe you decide, you know what, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what my heart's telling me to do, not what I feel like I have to do. Give me another one for this great worry over nothing, please. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, there's some kind of communication or offer that comes in, guys. Okay? You guys could go out seeking this too. Again, you guys could put your resume out there. You guys might see what else is out there. Maybe there's an energy for some of you who don't have any real ties, like, you know, like you can pick up and move if you want to. Maybe you decide that maybe looking in a completely different area would be best. Like, I want to see what's out there. I'm getting that energy very strongly, like wanting to see what's out there when it comes to your career. Yeah, I want to see what else is out there. Maybe by Leo season, you're looking around. If there's any kind of talks or communication that needs to happen, this is going to turn out exactly as it should. Okay? If you feel like you're not being heard or you're not being understood or seen in your workplace, like you brought this problem up to the boss, or you've expressed your issues here and you're not being seen, you're not being heard, again, there's some other opportunity or there's something else that's going to come in and make this work out for you or help you remove yourself from this situation. Or your boss finally is going to hear you, especially when you tell them you're thinking about sailing away, right? That might perk their ears up a little bit, because again, you are overqualified for what you do. You are an asset to whatever this is, Gemini. They are lucky to have you. Whoever this or whatever this energy is, they're lucky to have you. And it's a shame that people can't realize that until it's kind of gone, or it's already got one foot out the door. It's like, you know, maybe people are taking advantage of you a little bit. What is this this good news that comes in regards to their career and their finances? What is this this good news? Look, there's an offer, I'm telling you. Or there's an energy here of an advancement. Maybe you finally get the promotion that you've been wanting for, or you finally see the results, or maybe again there's a new opportunity that comes in. I feel like for a lot of you that's the case here. There could be something connected to your past, what you used to do, that comes in. Like somebody could ring you up and be like, hey, Gemini, we're gonna, people that you used to work with or something. I don't know, I'm getting that energy. And they could be like, hey, Gemini, we're gonna do this, or the gang's coming back together, or it's something like that, guys. People from your past could be reaching out to you asking if, look, I didn't even mean to do that. But yeah, people from your past could be looking out for, or reaching out and being like, hey, you want to do this, or you want to, we thought you'd be the perfect person for this, or something connected to your past for some of you. Some of you, this is a very specific message, but it's for somebody. If you've needed childcare and to be able to go after your dreams or get into a certain career, and that's what's been holding you back, is there's nobody to watch my kids, this could be coming through, okay? And it's going to be somebody that's reliable, that you can trust, and they're going to be affordable with that Knight of Pentacles, because that's not the most expensive, you know what I mean? Some of you, whatever this is from your past coming back, it might not pay you what you're being paid now. I'm going to be honest. Okay? There might be an energy of soul searching here, of do you want to do something for the money, or do you want to do something because it's aligned with you? And I know that we need to live. That's the thing. Like we all need to have food in our fridge and gas in our car, and I get it, right? But it's like some of you could reevaluate some things. We saw that up here, you know? There's a fear. The devil is right in the center of this reading, so there's a big fear surrounding this change, or surrounding, you know, this realization that you're having within yourself about what you're doing now. Yeah, something from your past could be giving you a call, guys. You know, or an opportunity is coming back around here, or an opportunity that's something that you've always wanted to do here with the Six of Cups. It's coming in. This is good news. Maybe you've been waiting a while for this good news too for some of you guys. We do have a winning verdict here. So if there's something with a settlement or a court, that could be something. Okay. Give me something else for this good news, please, for Gemini, for their career. This good news. Queen of Pentacles. Interesting, y'all. Because we have the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands. We have the Queen of Wands, King of Wands we saw. Then we have the King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. There could be something where you're going to be working with somebody else. Maybe you have the opposite gender. Or you guys just embody the two energies, the masculine and feminine. But there is definitely some good news about your career here. Some opportunity coming in. Let me dig a little deeper. What is the opportunity? It's going to be different for everybody, so we're going to get as much detail as we can. What is the opportunity that's bringing this good news? What is this opportunity? Temperance. Well, it's one that your spirit guides are bringing you, but it's also one that you're going to have to kind of temper into your life, alchemize. You're going to have to work with this, right? Because I do feel like there's some element of sadness here or loss. It changes things, guys. It may even feel like a little bit of a lose-lose, like, you know, like I'm letting people down here. You might feel like that. Like to take this opportunity, you would be letting people down. Sagittarius energy coming through with that temperance. It's interesting because we have the devil and then we have the angels. Is this like spiritual warfare? Look, there's the King of Wands. Is this like spiritual warfare? Like some of you guys feel like this is spiritual warfare. Like it shouldn't be that deep, right? But we are spiritual people. And especially on this channel, we are definitely more spiritual, I feel like, than most. Like the spirituality touches every aspect of our life. So of course it touches our finances too. You know, if you have a higher calling, if you have a higher purpose, it's not easy for you to just do whatever kind of job just to make money. You're literally going against your soul's calling, your soul's alignment here. You will feel that energy of dissatisfaction. You will feel that energy of emptiness, you know, and that pull to go in a different direction. That's just how it is when you're spiritual. You feel the pull. And I feel like that's what we're getting here with the Judgment energy, the Hermit, the Fool, the Eight of Wands. There's a pull here. You know, and I almost feel like there's some kind of spiritual warfare. It touches your money too, guys. You know, the devil, right? The darkness would love to keep your ass complacent, Gemini, and taking less than what you deserve and not fulfilling your soul's mission. Of course. So yes, spiritual warfare. I know we talk about it a lot, of like spiritual warfare touching our love lives and our emotions. And yes, the darkness does like to attack our emotions and our love life. Okay, but the darkness will also try to get its hooks into our career and our finances, because that's what we're here, our sense of purpose, right? There's angelic, take it as it resonates, but there's angelic forces that are working around your situation, protection. I feel that so strongly, guys. I just do, okay? So there's good news coming in here where it feels like something is almost like a godsend, right? Or it feels very meant to be. It feels very much in alignment. It feels like your spirit guides have been giving you messages, giving you signs about this. You know? And when this offer comes in, again, yeah, this might pay you a little bit less, but over time you'll see that it actually starts to pay you more. Like it will pay off. You will see, you know, that you'll be making good money here, because I feel like with this King of Pentacles here, for the great worry over nothing, some of you guys might be worried about your finances. Like, is this going to keep me in the lifestyle that I'm used to, I'm accustomed to, or I have to be in? You know? Interesting energy here. Okay, let's get to the juice. What is this parrot energy? Someone's gonna gossip about all your secrets. Be wary of who you're telling people that you're dissatisfied, or that this is just a temporary spot for me. This is not my last stop. Be careful who you're telling these things to, because there could be somebody who's very shifty around you. They act like they're your friend, or they act like they're, a good person, or that they got your back in some way, but they really don't. Okay, who is this parrot? First of all, let's find out who the gossip is. Who is the person gossiping? When it comes to Gemini's career and their work, who is the gossip? Who is the gossip? We have the Ace of Wands. This person could be a fire sign here. Yeah, this is somebody that you work very close with. You might ride around with this person, or work in the same office, or have to call them, email them constantly. This is definitely somebody that is a part of your everyday life with the Six of Pentacles, okay? This could be a masculine energy. I don't know, the way they grasp in that wand. This person could be like a little bit of a pervert. I don't know why that's coming through. Over-sexualized. I don't know why we got to know about that, but yeah, this person could like to, ugh. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I've had this out here the whole time, and it's like just showing all that. Well, whatever. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. This is somebody who's very impulsive too. Like, this is somebody who one moment they'll be doing this, and the next moment they're doing that. And this person could be a Taurus energy with a Hierophant. This could be somebody who has a position of authority, or they've been at this place longer than you. Who is this parrot? Who is this gossip? Who's this gossip when it comes to their career, their finances? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is somebody who's definitely been doing whatever you've been doing longer than you. Ooh, your nose is itching. This person nosy. This person trying to get some kind of details or information about you. That's why I said you gotta be, I'm just gonna cover this up. That's why you gotta be careful about who you're telling your information to. Whoever this is, they are somebody that maybe you thought you could trust. This could be somebody in your family for sure. Your family could be gossiping about what you do, Gemini. But this could also be somebody who, again, is just like in this community, this upstanding community where everybody's great, right? It's like, yeah, okay. Hold on, guys. I gotta pause it. Sorry, guys. I have been away for a second. My daughter needed me, and now I don't even remember what I was talking about. Damn it. Okay. I feel like we were talking about this person though that was gossiping about you. Yeah, this is somebody who's like a part of some kind of like upstanding community or whatever. But look at how they're all kind of like gossiping, like, oh my God, did you hear about Gemini? It's like there's something here. What are they gossiping about? Let's find out. What is this person gossiping about when it comes to Gemini and their career? What are they gossiping about? Something about how you just don't fit in. Yeah, like you're meant for something more. Like I feel like people can see that about you. 10 of Cups with the 9 of Pentacles. For some reason, people could be gossiping about your love life. I don't know why they would be gossiping about your love life, unless you brought it up to them somehow, or maybe you dated somebody at the office place or something like that, which I do not advise. There's something here where it's like, it's feeling like, yeah, it's feeling like there's something here about how you're meant for greater things, or you're meant for more, or how you feel like you are, right? With the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, like people could feel like maybe you're here for a good time, not a long time, is kind of the energy I'm getting. Or like you feel like you're better than everybody else, or that you're meant for more. There's something about that. Like I said, people can kind of see that you are way overqualified for whatever you're doing. Whether they treat you like that or not, guys, I feel like people see that. They see that you're kind of meant for more. You have a higher calling, you have a higher mission, you've done something else. Like maybe at one point you owned your own business and it was really successful, and now you're doing this, and it's like this person's kind of downgraded almost to be here. Like they used to be this, doing this, which was awesome and amazing. Somebody could be talking about something that you used to do too. If you used to be in the limelight somehow, or you used to be, used to have something very unique or different that you used to do that you were very good at, they could be talking about that. Some of you guys, they could be talking about your personal life, though. I am getting that for somebody, like how you've went through something and they can tell. Which, I mean, okay, we're all human. We all go through something, right? We all go through breakups and letdowns and losses and bad days. And it's like, okay, it's not exactly fucking breaking news. I feel like these people don't have, yeah, exactly. These people don't got a lot going on in their life if they're like, oh my God, Gemini was, hurt, or Gemini went through a breakup. It's like we all go through breakups. Who fucking cares? It's not exactly like hot press here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just like people who have nothing better to do, gossiping. Why do they need to be careful, though? Spirit, why do they need to be careful? That's what I want to know. Death, because it could end something for you. It could change people's opinions or how they see you. Okay? So let's just use this as an example, and this is not going to be for everybody for sure, but just take it as a resonance. Let's say that you are actually like, you're gay or something, right? And you don't bring it up at work because it's like, well, why should I? And I completely agree. I don't shake people's hands and go, hi, my name is Jessica and I'm straight and this, and like nobody gives a crap what you're doing in your bedroom, right? So, you know what I mean? But let's just say that like people find out that you are. That could be something that people are talking about, and it's changing people's opinions about you for whatever reason. So there's something that's being said here that could be changing people's opinions in the workplace about you, and that's why Spirit wants you to be aware of this. But at the same time, it's like, can't please them all, guys, and I'm not somebody that's about conforming. That's not my bag. I'm not somebody that's like, oh yeah, let's conform to what makes everybody else comfortable. No, people are going to have to accept me for who I am, or they're not going to accept me at all, guys. Okay. That's why I spend a lot of my time on my own too, is because I have a different lifestyle, I mean, I've told people that, let's use dating for a perfect example. As soon as I tell people that I read tarot professionally, it's like the whole mood, the whole energy changes. So, and it's fine for me. Like, I'd rather know that stuff up front, because this is a part of who I am and it's not going to change anytime soon. And so it's like, if you have an issue with it, well, that's really your issue. But thank you for letting me know, That's kind of what I'm getting here, guys. It's like people gossiping over shit that really has nothing to do with the workplace. It's your personal life, or it's what makes you happy. And, yeah. And I feel like there's some kind of scheming or strategical energy here, because they damn sure can't talk about your work ethic. That's for damn sure, okay? All right. Wow. Well, this was some hell of a money reading. I don't know if this resonates for people. Y'all gotta let me know, okay? We have small steps, big accomplishments. And some of you guys might need to take some small steps in a new direction, right? Like, it might be this energy here of where we have to kind of see where things go, basically, So yeah, there could be that going on. Okay, let's get some more out here. Advice and additional messages for Gemini gang for this money reading. Advice and additional messages. We have the door to opportunity, card number 16, and it's knocking. Yeah, for some of you guys, there could be something here taking place, sooner rather than later here. We have evolve into your complexity, card number 3. Yes, I agree, guys. It's like whatever you're doing right now, this is good, but it's boxing you in. It's not letting you expand. It's not letting you reach your full potential here. And you are meant for something more. You are meant to be of service to the greater good, or you have a higher path, a higher calling. It's okay for these numbnuts over here that got nothing better to do than gossip about somebody's personal life. It might be okay for them to stay suited in this energy, because that's what they're for. Right? But you are not this, okay? This is like a peacock trying to fit in with a whole bunch of turkeys. No offense to turkeys. I love turkeys. Turkeys do their part. They play their part. They have great feathers. But you are a peacock. You're not a turkey, okay? And so there's this energy here of realizing that about yourself and letting yourself grow, letting yourself expand here. Okay, that might be the title of this reading. You're not a turkey, you're a peacock. Focus on the big picture here, card number 19. Okay, there might be a perspective shift coming through. Prayers answered, yes, because I do feel like the good news is that there are other opportunities out there for you. You are attracting something in. Attract through your glow, card number 18. You are, okay? And there's that surrender energy we were talking about in the very beginning. Surrendering isn't about saying, okay, well, I'm just going to give up and not do anything. Surrendering is, I'm going to go with the flow of the current of life here, and I'm going to, allow myself to receive. Card number 2, by the way. We have Face Your Fear, card number 38. We saw that in the angel numbers here. You are going to be asked to face your fear, but that's the key to your success. Yeah, you have a destined path, guys, and you're transforming, card number 42. Destiny path is card number 35. You're transforming and you're stepping into your destiny here, and it's uncomfortable at first, you know? It's uncomfortable realizing that you're a peacock and you've been around turkeys this whole time and you're just like, damn. You know, like I thought I was a turkey because everybody was telling me I was a turkey and I had learned how to gobble really, really well, you know? But no, I'm actually a peacock. And really, when you look at peacocks and turkeys, there's a similarity. There kind of is, you know? There kind of is. The body, they're kind of built the same way. I don't know where they're going with that, guys, but I just feel like, you know, you're realizing that you're meant for more and it's uncomfortable at first, okay? Anyways, that has been your reading. I do hope it helps. I hope it resonates. I hope it does something, and I will see you guys on the next one if I can speak, all right? Bye!